Hey y'all. So in the previous module, we analyzed point of view of character. Now, point of view in nonfiction text is a little bit different. You'll analyze the point of view that the author, Michael Pollan, has because Omnivore's Dilemma is a nonfiction text, which means it is written from his perspective. Now, you'll analyze the author's attitude towards certain topics and begin to describe and evaluate the author's thinking in detail in the upcoming lessons. This note catcher will help you to track the author's purpose and point of view on different topics throughout the book. So, you will need to access this at different points throughout the book. Now, we are going to focus our attention on page 11. So we are talking about section 1, page 11. And there's a paragraph that says, it's one thing to be crazy about food because you like to eat, but I found I was going crazy from worrying about food. So I set out to try to solve the modern omnivore's dilemma. I decided to become a food detective to find out where our food comes from and what exactly it is we're eating. My detective work became the book you now hold in your hands. So if we focus on this sentence that specifically says, but I found I was going crazy from worrying about food. So the first thing that you want to think about is, okay, well, what topic is the author addressing in this excerpt? That means, what is he talking about? Well, we know that he's talking about where our food comes from. So this is where our note catcher is going to come in handy. So we're talking about where he comes from. And so our next point is, well, what's his attitude toward the subject? When we think about author's purpose in nonfiction text, we're talking about his attitude toward the topic. That means, how does he feel about where our food comes from? So he thinks it is important and something we should think about. If you're going crazy thinking about something, it's obviously super important to you. Also, he wrote a book about it. So that gives us a really big hint about his attitude towards the topic. Going crazy, worrying are two things in this sentence that helps us to better understand his perspective. And so we think about his reason for writing this. So why might he have written a book called The Omnivore's Dilemma? More specifically, why did he write this sentence? I found I was going crazy from worrying about food. Well, guys, we already know that where food comes from is important to him. So when we think about his reason for writing, we know that he wants to educate readers, which is us, about where our food comes from and what is in it. So, how does the author's point of view add to our understanding of this topic? So, if his point of view is that food and where it comes from is important, how does that add to our understanding of this topic? Well, this helps us to understand how complicated the omnivore's dilemma is. And guys, remember we've already gone over omnivore's dilemma, and we know that it is the choice that we make as we eat different foods because they could be good or bad for us. So this is a complicated topic. So what you guys are going to do is use these same question stems. You're going to read the paragraph right above the one that we just read on page 11. You're going to focus on the sentence that says, instead, we have dozens of different experts who give us lots of different advice about what to eat and what not to eat. You're going to answer those same questions. What topic is the author addressing in this excerpt? What is the author's attitude toward the topic? What words or ideas from the sentence help us to determine that attitude? What is the reason that he wrote this? And how does the author's point of view add to what we understand about the topic as a whole? Take a couple minutes and get this done. If you have any questions, please reach out to your teacher. Have a good day.